Is that Sozin's comet right there? I don't recall what the capital city was. Was that the place where Aang went to school in the Fire Nation? Was it from that episode? Okay, already it looks way much nicer than that 10-person moving a pebble shit that we saw in the last Airbender movie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Whoa. Okay, so is this like right when the Fire Nation declared war on the rest of the Earth?
All eyes but ours.
Is this Sozin? This is a flashback, right? Okay, so right off the bat, this series is a lot more visceral. I mean, look at that shit. He's charred the fuck up. And obviously in a cartoon, you can't do that. Like when Aang burned Katara that one time, they had to do some like nifty camera work to not actually show it while still having the impact be present. No, this series is just going right at it. It's actually showing a lot of the violence, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I think it was a lot better when the violence was implied. You know, we could see it through the kids' eyes, how the war started and the effects of the war. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. It looks good, don't get me wrong, but making it a little more, you know, visual like this, I'm not entirely sold on that decision. But you know what? Maybe it'll work out. Okay. Oh, is this the opening? Are they gonna do the opening? That's not Katara's voice. Kyoshi! Karuk and Yang Chen.
To launch a merciless campaign to conquer the world.
Okay, so I'm not sure if I want all this exposition dumped right away. Like a lot of the appeal from the cartoon, sorry, I know a lot of people don't want the comparisons, but it's inevitable. A lot of the appeal was that we're learning about this as we go along, like through Aang's eyes, you know? And I feel like, obviously, that's a slower way of learning about the circumstances of the Avatar world. So I'm not sure whether I want this dump here or if it works completely. I'm going to give that a little bit of a knock against it. Ooh, the theme! Oh, come on, I wanted the whole theme. The Southern Air Temple. Already, it looks great. It looks fucking gorgeous. Okay, I'm not gonna be nitpicky on that one. It looks fucking great. Story-wise, we're still getting there.
Aang!
Ong! You know what? The airbending looks good. It looks good for whatever limitations are involved there. It looks good.
Look, up there!
The Flying Bisons! The original airbenders for all you lore nerds out there.
Yes, Aang is powerful, but there's much he still needs to learn about responsibility, expectations, sacrifice. Most of all, he needs to know who he is.
Okay, I think Yatsu's characterization here is good. Like, it's basically word for word from the flashback that we saw in book 1. So, props on that for getting his personality correct.
You are the Avatar.
Aw, they're not gonna do the pick the toys thing that they did in the cartoon? That's kind of lame.
Can't I just keep pretending I'm your friend?
Dang, that hit. Pretending to be your friend. You know, I feel like, obviously, Aang is not talking to a legitimate animal, so it's hard to direct the kid to match the eye line of that, which is probably why he was speaking directly to the camera. But Anyway, I don't know how I feel about the Appa design, guys. Like, you can see all the hairs and there's detail, and I like that. But there isn't much weight to it, you know? Like, it literally feels like it's a little airless, or weightless, I mean. Like, it's not horrendous, mind you, but I don't know. I feel like maybe some kind of, like, practical effects might have been a little better. That would be expensive as shit, but it would probably be better. Okay, so as far as the fight is concerned, uh, it definitely has the energy, you know? Like, it definitely feels intense. It's got great atmosphere and impact, but again, I'm not sure how much we needed this sequence, you know? Because, like I said, a lot of the appeal was learning about the genocide of the air nomads with Aang and us feeling it with him, you know? I feel like seeing it now, it kind of negates a lot of that emotional weight to it. You know what I mean? Still looks fucking good, don't get me wrong. That's just, you know, my 2 cents. I will say this, it's interesting because if you remember, we were told the air nomads didn't have an army, so these guys are basically just winging it. And they're putting up a hell of a defense, I'll give them that. Shit, look at that burn. Is this show actually PG? Because I swear to God, at one point Netflix said it was TV-14. Damn, Gyatso got the moves. Okay, the Avatar state. Okay, you know what? Barring a couple of like blips or whatever, the effects are great. Like, it actually feels like legitimate airbending and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Katara, my girl! Wolf Cove. Did they actually name their village like the in the first episode, or is this like part of the graphic novels and I missed that for the first time?
We've been manning the wall in 3-hour shifts, but it seems...
Dude, your chin is fucking enormous.
Yeah, they just don't appreciate your incredible leadership skills.
That's right, they don't realize it. Very funny.
Okay, I forget the actors' names. I'm sorry, but there's definitely chemistry there, as they're really good at playing off as siblings, okay? This is great. Okay, you know what? I kind of wish there was more levity, more comedy. I think that was only the first time I laughed throughout this whole episode so far. And not a good sign of things to come. Oh man, did they cut out the whole argument between Katara and Sokka? Like, that was such a defining moment for both characters, you know? Like, you can see Sokka's, like, assholery, his sexism, and that, like, tells you everything you know about him at this point. And then you see Katara, like, ripping into him. Like, I feel like they're missing some of the energy, this live action of Katara. You know, like, she's not bad, don't get me wrong. I just feel like at this point we need to see a little more of their like kid side, you know? Is it just me? Is it my boy Zuko's time? Come on! I heard good things about Dallas's performance. Let's see if it lives up to it. This is gonna sound so fucked up, but I think the scar should have been burnt even more, you know? That looks like a black eye. Yo, Aang, wake up, bro.
What part of that makes you think, great, let's bring him home?
Okay, the sarcasm is on point. Like, that's good.
He looks dead.
Okay, you got me. You got me to laugh. All right.
South Pole territory. That's where we have to go.
Iroh!
All I'm saying is, it's hard to see you get your hopes up every time you see a sign.
I was a little worried there. I thought Iroh's performance was a little tense, a little too stiff. Didn't really have that jovialness to him that Iroh is so known for. But that right there tells me that he gets it. Like, he still got that Irohness to him. I'm glad for that. Okay, there's that childlike wonder I was looking for. Oh, he has the whistle? I thought he didn't get that until the pirate episode where they got the waterbending scroll.
Sky Bison.
Repeating it doesn't help.
Long ago, the four nations lived together.
Oh, hell no! She's taking Katara's line? Fuck that shit. Come on, man. Why you gotta do that? If there's one thing you could have kept for the fans, that had to be it. Like, come on.
He is the last airbender.
Again, I know they gotta rush through a whole bunch of crap. They only have 8 episodes, so I get that. But I really don't think they needed this explanation. This scene of like Aang explaining what happened, and then Gran explaining what happened on their end. Cause like we saw the opening, like we already get that feeling. It worked in the cartoon's first episode because we were learning it as Aang and Katara and Sokka were moving along. We pick up the details. We were newcomers along with them. And so a lot of this feels like repetition of the narrative that we don't necessarily need. Maybe I'm just nitpicking, but
Of all the places you have to drag our asses to, he picks the coldest spot in the world.
Oh shit, they swore! They swore! Oh my god! In a PG cartoon! Well, PG adaptation of a cartoon. But you know what I mean.
We'll prove ourselves worthy.
Sorry, I'm still hung up on the fact that we have our very first swear in the Avatar franchise.
I had friends in the Fire Nation. I used to visit them.
Only friends with their own kind.
I do like that they touched upon Aang having friends in the Fire Nation. I think that was actually essential to showing that the Fire Nation, for all their antagonism, they are just as three-dimensional and nuanced characters as everyone else. I think that was very much essential, and I'm glad they included it.
It's quiet and hidden.
Did they film this on set? Because, like, I'm almost certain that's not a green screen or anything. Like, this feels like real ice and snow. Holy shit. Ooh, I remember this theme from the cartoon.
I know. We spotted.
They play it every time like the Fire Nation shows up.
He's more than the last airbender, aren't you? You are the Avatar.
Again, I feel like this would have felt more impactful if we didn't see the opening, but I digress.
Someone who is not one of you. Turn him over now.
Yo, I want to see the Chuck rocks at his head. Like, come on. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Where is he?
Sokka, you can't do this. You can't give him to
He
them.
doesn't belong here.
It's wrong, and you know that.
What I know is that Dad told me to protect the village.
Yes, but remember what Mom told us too. But there's more to being a leader than just catching fish. You have to give people something to live for.
Okay, so I don't recall Sokka having this eternal conflict of whether to give up Aang. I don't think that happened in the cartoon, if I remember. But even if it didn't, I think this is an interesting and novel presentation of the character. Like, I don't think it betrays anything we really know about Sokka. This feels believable. See, like, this is a change that I can get behind, Ooh, there's the club. Where's the boomerang? I want to see the boomerang! Yo, where's the war paint? Sokka had war paint in this scene, right?
Word of, snow and ice. On behalf of the water...
Don't fall for it. We overpower them. It's no contest.
Well, where's the glory in that?
Where's the glory in that? Okay, that actually a very in character for Zuko. I like how they enter the fight this way. Ooh, okay, so just a little bit on that Zuko and Sokka fight. It was played so seriously, you know? And not that it didn't do that in the original, but it had its comedic moments, you know, like Zuko like bopping him with his weapon and then the boomerang knocking him on the head. Like, the fight choreography is nice. I just feel like it needed a little more levity, you know? That's something that made it stand... That's something that made Avatar stand out from others of its ilk, you know? That levity between the fights.
Leave him alone!
Da 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 da.
I think you're the bravest person I've ever met.
That was a good line, you know? Like, they're speed running the whole Aang Sokka dynamic, but if they had to punctuate it in any other way, that's that lands.
You're in charge.
Great!
Now.
What the fuck is his name?
But in the end, for most of us, it doesn't matter how this war started. The Fire Nation can finally bring that about.
Is that what you believe?
I must leave. But I look forward to many more conversations with you, Avatar.
I don't. I'm kidding. But this is interesting. We did not see this much dynamic between Iroh and Aang until like way later, if I recall. And you know what's interesting? Because like I remember like Iroh, for all the things we love about him and his personality, he never like actively goes against the Fire Nation's whims. You know, like he's always been technically an enemy, even as much as we love him, you know? And so I've always liked that in the cartoon because it shows that he's very much still a flawed individual, you know? Like, he never objects really to what Zuko is doing, what the Fire Nation is doing, even if he has his own opinions about it. Here, they're making him more like outwardly sympathetic, and I'm not sure if that's really what we need, you know? Because, like, a lot of the mystery of Iroh is not really knowing exactly what he feels, you know? So, I don't think this should have been included. Not that it's, like, super horrible, to remind you. I just don't think it matches what we've come to know and love about Iroh. That's all I gotta say.
Katara, no. There's no way you're getting me on that...
Okay. The Avatar humor is there. It's still there. That was a great, what do you call it? Gilligan cut? I love that. Okay, you know what? They're right. Dallas is really killing it as Zuko. Like, he is phenomenal right there. The fear, the rage, the... just, he has all that Zuko energy, bro. Like, my doubts have been satisfied. Or proven wrong, I mean.
So where do we go?
Wait, so... did they not, like, officially leave the Southern Water Tribe? Like, did they just dip? And the Grand Garden is like, damn, are those kids back yet? Like, are they actually gonna do it that way? Because holy shit, that'd be pretty fucked up. Ooh. Okay, so they actually went to the Southern Air Temple in this episode. I'm not a fan of that, honestly, because a lot of the episodic nature of the cartoon is that it takes them a while to get to places, you know? And in doing that, the world feels so much bigger, that much grander, you know, that passage of time. Them making it, you know, in like the blink of an eye, just shifting to a new scene, it makes the Avatar world feel a lot smaller. So I can't get behind this, bro. I'm sorry. Yo, are we Sugiyatsu's bones? Damn! Like, it's one thing seeing in the cartoon, it's another thing seeing in live action.
I need to follow through on what they wanted me to do. Complete my training and master all the other bending skills so I can bring balance back to the world.
I was afraid of that, bro. Like, I know they have to rush through it. I know they have to fit so much in these 8 episodes, you know? But, like, I do wish they spent a little more time with Aang's resistance to being the Avatar, you know? Like, it makes him feel a lot more basic, you know? That he's just, like, following the plot of the story, like, this early on. You know, like, let the kid have some fun, you know? Is that too much to ask?
I don't know where this will all lead.
Me neither. Oh boy. Oh, okay. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. I hear the end credits music. It's like basically like exactly like it was at the end of every episode. Okay, this is a nice touch.